You land in a new city. You don't know anyone. You have a business to build, deals to close, and a laptop that works anywhere in the world. Well, you're also fighting loneliness and searching for the right like-minded people. Most people in that situation open Instagram, find the nearest cafe, and hope something happens. A system that works. Built from landing in cities in Morocco, Portugal, Thailand, Bali, you name it, where I turned strangers into clients, business partners, and collaborations. And also the story of what happened when I stopped doing all of this for 4 months. How to build a network from scratch in any city you land in. 3 months ago, my business went to zero. At the same time, clients stopped, income disappeared, a potential lawsuit was hanging above my head, and I was sitting there trying to figure out what was going wrong. Then I met Daniel at the Bali Brotherhood, and we went for a coffee. He is one of the organizers of Give It All, a networking and speaking event in Bali, and I was telling him about my business and it was going slow. No pipeline and things were not really moving. And he asked me one question: how did you normally get your clients? Networking. That was my answer. Then he asked me, how much networking have you been doing lately? And I felt genuinely dumb at that moment because the answer was in front of me the entire time. I just was so busy traveling and managing what I had that I quietly stopped doing the one thing that always worked. 4 months of no consistent networking. And the results showed it. Daniel looked at me and said, that's the low-hanging fruit. This conversation changed everything. But here's what I want to make clear before we go into the frameworks. Networking isn't about going to events and hoping for the best. It's about showing up in the right rooms. And most people are just showing up in completely the wrong ones. The biggest mistake most nomad entrepreneurs make is treating all networking events equally. They're not. There's one filter that separates the rooms worth being in and the ones that are not, and waste your time. Does it cost something to be there? When there is a payment wall, even a small one, the quality of the person on the other side changes drastically. Free events attract everyone but the right people, because everyone includes people who have not that much going on and are not willing to invest in the right environments. Paid environments filters for people who are serious enough to invest, and that investment signals something about their mindset before you even speak to them. Let me give you the real examples from my own journey. WebSummit in Lisbon, one of the biggest tech conferences in the world. Cost money to attend. I made connections there that I'm now reaching out to months later, and those conversations are turning into real opportunities as we speak. The Morocco retreat. 10 entrepreneurs in the same house for an entire week. Not cheap to attend, but one of the clients I got out of that retreat is one of the higher paying clients we had for the company so far. BeWork here in Canggu, Bali. 200 euros a month for the co-working. Not a free cafe with Wi-Fi, because people here are paying to work here. You find the people that take their work serious. I've closed 2 clients directly from BeWork, and I'm not gonna lie, the third proposal is already sent out just because I'm in the right environment here at BeWork. And the business partner, Michael, that I co-founded my agency with, I met him here in Bali at BeWork. The gym. The more expensive the gyms, the more interesting the conversations that you have with the people in the sauna. I went to Nirvana once, sat next to real estate brokers, investors, people running serious operations or who sold their entire company already. The gym membership filters for you before you even said a word to a person. The principle is simple. Go where people pay to be. If the paid events are not an option, go to free events with the right naming. Founders Run Club, for example, in Lisbon. And I also joined Founders Run Club in Amsterdam. It's free, but I also did get some interest people out of that run club. Not necessarily clients, but connections. But showing up to the right room is only step 1. Because what you do when you're there, that's where most people get it completely wrong. Events are just a door. The real networking happens in one-on-one coffee chats, not in a crowded room. The process is simple. You meet someone at an event, a co-working, a gym, you have a real conversation. If there's any form of a genuine connection, shared interests, complementary business, similar goals, you book a coffee chat. Not a vague chat that you just once talk about and never do. No, something in the calendar. If it's not in the calendar, it's not happening. Not a call, not a Zoom, a coffee. In person, if you're in the same place. Else, Zoom or Google Meet will do the job, but it's less personal. And in those one-on-one conversations, that's where you go deeper. Ask better questions and actually figure out if there's something worth building together. And when you sit down for that coffee, you go in with one objective. How can I be of value to this person? Not what can I pitch? Not how can I close them? How can I genuinely help? Do I know someone they should meet? Do I have a skill or resource that serves what they're working on? Can I open a door for them? That energy changes the entire conversation, and people feel it immediately. Here's what the actual conversation looks like. Start with, where are you from? Then, what do they do? Then keep asking questions. Follow up on what they say. Go deeper. Make the conversation about them. Pay with your attention. Look them in the eyes when they talk. Nod your head a little. Show that you're actually listening. People love talking about themselves. And the person who makes them feel seen and heard in a room of people that are only half listening or trying to pitch their own stuff is the person that they will remember. They remember how you make them feel. Sometimes, even when people ask me a question, I just give a short answer or ignore it and ask them a follow-up question. Most people don't even notice that because I want to stay curious about them before saying anything about myself. My background is in sales, which means I spent years learning how to find the right loopholes. What is in someone's best interest? What do they actually want underneath of what they're saying? That skill directly transfers into networking. Not to manipulate, to genuinely understand. Because when you understand what someone is actually working on and what they need, you can create real value for them. And real value creates real relationships. The biggest mistakes I see at networking events in Bali, or networking events in general, is people playing the look at me game. They pitch too early, they talk too much about themselves, they're thinking about what they can get instead of what they can create. That's the wrong approach entirely. What actually works is synergy over selling. Instead of asking, what can I sell to this person, ask, what can we build together? A real example from the last 3 months, I met someone in Bali who runs an AI SDR agent for companies to do the SDR work. It's like a voice agent. On the surface, we were in a different space, but their agent calls leads and qualifies them. We run ads and build funnels that generate leads that needs calling. Combined, we offer the client more value than either of us could do alone. Better results for the clients means that they can justify paying more for something. And we both win because we approach the conversation with open hands instead of with a pitch. That partnership came from networking in Bali and being open to the conversation, not from a sales call. The line that tied everything together for me came from someone who connects VC investors that I also met at Give It All in Bali. The point of networking is doing it before you need it. When you network from a place of desperation, when you're at zero, when the pipeline is empty, when you need something from someone, people feel that energy and it repels the exact people you're trying to attract. When you network consistently, when business is good, when you don't need anything, you show up with genuine curiosity and zero agenda. And that energy attracts. I have conversations right now that turn into opportunities from people that I met at WebSummit months ago in Lisbon. Seeds planted when I wasn't desperate now become fruit. That's the real power of building a network before you need it. So even if things are stable right now, keep going. Show up, have the coffee chats, plant the seeds, because you never know which conversation is the one that changes everything. Mine happened at a coffee chat at Revolver here in Bali with Daniel, and that conversation rebuilt my entire pipeline. So here's the full system. Show up to rooms where you pay to be. The payment wall filters the serious people. Book the one-on-one coffee chats. That's where the real relationship is built. Make the conversations about them. Pay with your attention. Ask better questions. Look for synergy over selling. What can you create together? Not what can you extract. And network before you need it. Consistently, even when everything is going well. The city doesn't matter. Bali, Lisbon, Chiang Mai in Thailand, wherever you land next, the system works anywhere. Because people are a little bit of the same anywhere, as far as I experienced. Of course, you have cultural differences, but you'll learn how to deal with that. Show up, add value, plant seeds. Now, subscribe to this channel to follow my own full entrepreneurial journey while building my companies and traveling the world. And if you like this video, I'm 100% certain you love this video right here. Really, click on it. I also have a second channel right here where I only talk about business stuff and the things I implement for my clients. And now, as always, visionaries, take action, and I see you in the next one. Ciao.